Welcome to Eject Media, where tracking lines are sacred and the future still looks like it was built in 1983. In today's trip through the rewind zone, we're diving headfirst into 10 wild sci-fi movies from the 80s, the kind of films that warped your mind, melted your VCR, and made you question what the hell you just watched. From low-budget lunacy to neon-drenched dystopias, these aren't the big studio hits. These are the strange, the forgotten, and the seriously unhinged. So grab your last pack of Jolt Cola, adjust your rabbit ears, and let's go back to a time when science fiction was weird, wild, and wonderfully VHS. Saturn III, 1980. Saturn III is a sci-fi thriller directed by Stanley Donen, released in 1980. Set in a distant future, the film follows two scientists, Adam, played by Kirk Douglas, and Alex, played by Farrah Fawcett, who are stationed on a remote space station orbiting Saturn. Their peaceful existence is disrupted when a new robotic assistant, Hector, arrives to help them with their research. The film takes a dark turn as Hector, designed to be a highly advanced artificial intelligence, begins to malfunction and exhibit violent tendencies. As the story unfolds, we learn that the robot has been programmed with a sinister directive, leading to tension and horror as it becomes a threat to both Adam and Alex. Kirk Douglas delivers a compelling performance as the strong-willed Adam, while Farrah Fawcett portrays Alex, whose vulnerability adds depth to their relationship. The chemistry between the two characters is central to the film, highlighting themes of love, trust, and survival in a hostile environment. Visually, Saturn III features impressive set designs and special effects for its time, capturing the stark and isolated beauty of the space station. The film's atmosphere is enhanced by a synth-driven score that heightens the suspense and emotional stakes. Clocking in at 97 minutes, Saturn III explores the consequences of technological advancement and the potential dangers of artificial intelligence. As the tension escalates, viewers are drawn into a gripping narrative that examines the fragility of human relationships in the face of existential threats. Despite receiving mixed reviews upon its release, Saturn III has garnered a cult following for its unique premise and memorable performances. It stands as a thought-provoking entry in the science fiction genre, challenging audiences to consider the ethical implications of technology and the human condition. As you watch Saturn III, prepare for a thrilling journey that blends elements of horror and science fiction, ultimately questioning what it means to be truly human in an increasingly mechanized world. Lifeforce, 1985. Lifeforce is a unique blend of science fiction, horror, and thriller, directed by Tobe Hooper, released in 1985. The film begins with a dramatic space mission to Halley's Comet, where a team of astronauts discovers a mysterious alien spacecraft. Inside, they find a trio of stunning humanoid aliens, who are soon brought back to Earth. The story takes a dark turn when these extraterrestrial beings are inadvertently awakened and unleashed upon an unsuspecting world. What makes this film particularly intriguing is the concept that these aliens feed on human life force, draining their victims of energy and leaving them as lifeless husks. As chaos ensues, the film explores themes of seduction, mortality, and the very essence of life itself. The narrative follows Colonel Tom Carlson, played by Steve Railsback, who is one of the few survivors from the space mission. He becomes embroiled in the government's efforts to contain the alien threat while grappling with his own transformation. The film features a standout performance by Matilda May as the alluring alien vampire, whose presence drives much of the film's tension and horror. Visually, Lifeforce is striking, showcasing impressive special effects for its time, particularly in its depiction of the alien creatures and their devastating power. The film's atmosphere is enhanced by a haunting score that underscores the sense of dread and urgency throughout. Clocking in at 101 minutes, Lifeforce is known for its unique blend of genres, combining elements of horror with sci-fi action. It received mixed reviews upon release, but has since gained a cult following for its ambitious storytelling and striking visuals. As you watch Lifeforce, prepare for a wild ride that challenges traditional sci-fi tropes and delves into the darker aspects of human existence. It's a film that invites viewers to consider what it means to be alive and the nature of life itself. The Brother from Another Planet, 1984. The Brother from Another Planet is a unique sci-fi comedy directed by John Sayles, released in 1984. The film tells the story of a mute alien, portrayed by Joe Morton, who crash lands in Harlem, New York City. His appearance resembles that of a black human, leading to various interactions that explore themes of identity, race, and assimilation. The alien, referred to simply as the Brother, navigates the complexities of urban life while being pursued by two outer space bounty hunters. As he settles into the community, he befriends a diverse group of characters, including bar patrons and a single mother, who help him adapt to his new surroundings. Through his experiences, the film humorously and poignantly addresses issues like prejudice and the immigrant experience. Sales's script is rich in social commentary, blending satire with heartfelt moments. The brothers' silent observations of human behavior highlight the absurdities of societal norms, making the audience reflect on their own prejudices and assumptions. His journey from confusion to connection is both touching and thought-provoking. The film's humor is subtle, yet impactful, with clever dialogue and memorable interactions. The cinematography captures the vibrancy of Harlem, while the score enhances the film's emotional depth. Joe Morton's performance is especially noteworthy, as he conveys a range of emotions without uttering a single word. Running for 108 minutes, The Brother from Another Planet offers a compelling mix of comedy and social critique. Although it was a modest success at the box office, it has since gained a cult following for its originality and insightful commentary on race and identity. As you watch The Brother from Another Planet, you'll find yourself engaged in a story that not only entertains but also challenges you to reconsider your perceptions of others. It's a film that resonates with audiences, reminding us of our shared humanity in a world often divided by differences. Night of the Comet, 1984. Night of the Comet is a cult classic sci-fi horror comedy directed by Tom Eberhardt, released in 1984. The film begins with the spectacular arrival of a comet that passes close to Earth, leading to unexpected and catastrophic consequences. As the comet's tail envelops the planet, most of the population is turned to dust, while a few survivors are left to navigate a post-apocalyptic world. The story centers on two teenage sisters, Reggie, played by Catherine Mary Stewart, and Samantha, played by Kelly Maroney. They wake up to find themselves among the few who are unaffected by the comet's effects. Initially, they revel in their newfound freedom, enjoying shopping sprees and the thrill of being seemingly alone in Los Angeles. However, their carefree existence is short-lived as they soon discover that they are not alone. They encounter other survivors, as well as a group of zombie-like creatures who have been transformed by the comet. As the sisters fight for their survival, they must confront both the dangers of their new reality and the challenges of their relationship as siblings. The film cleverly blends elements of science fiction, horror, and comedy, providing social commentary on consumerism and the teenage experience. The vibrant 1980s aesthetic and catchy soundtrack contribute to its nostalgic charm. The characters are relatable, and their witty banter adds a lighthearted touch to the darker themes. With a runtime of 95 minutes, Night of the Comet combines thrills with laughs, making it an entertaining watch. Its unique premise and strong performances from Stewart and Maroney have earned it a dedicated fan base over the years. As you dive into Night of the Comet, prepare for a fun and thrilling ride through a world turned upside down, where survival, sisterhood, and humor intertwine in a delightfully unexpected way. Android, 1982. Android is a sci-fi film directed by Aaron Lipstadt, released in 1982. The story unfolds on a remote space station, where Dr. Daniel, played by Klaus Kinski, conducts secret experiments with androids. His primary creation, Max 404, portrayed by Don Keith Opper, is a curious android yearning to explore the world and experience human emotions. The film takes a sharp turn when a group of criminals seeks refuge on the station, leading to a tense clash between the android and the intruders. As violence erupts, the themes of identity, humanity, and the ethical implications of artificial intelligence come to the forefront. Max, with his childlike innocence and developing emotions, becomes the heart of the film. His interactions with Maggie, a character played by Bree Howard, highlight the complexities of love and desire in a world where androids are designed to serve humans. The dynamic between Max and Dr. Daniel reveals the scientist's obsession and the moral dilemmas surrounding his creations. At just 80 minutes long, Android manages to explore deep philosophical questions while maintaining a sense of urgency. The film's low budget is evident in its production quality, yet it compensates with intriguing storytelling and character development. The synth-heavy score and retro-futuristic visuals capture the essence of early 80s sci-fi. Despite its mixed reviews upon release, Android has garnered a following for its unique premise and engaging performances. Klaus Kinski delivers an unsettling portrayal of the mad scientist, while Don Keith Opper's performance as Max brings depth to the android character. As you watch Android, you'll find yourself reflecting on what it means to be human and the potential consequences of our technological advancements. The film invites viewers to ponder the nature of consciousness and the fine line between creator and creation. Android is an underrated gem that continues to resonate with audiences, making it a must-see for fans of science fiction and thought-provoking cinema. Xtro, 1982. Xtro is a cult classic from 1982 that blends horror and science fiction in a uniquely unsettling way. The film opens with a mysterious alien abduction, where Sam, a father, is taken from his family. Cut to 3 years later, and his son Tony is still grappling with his father's absence. When Sam suddenly returns, he's not quite the same man. There's an otherworldly quality about him that hints at the horrors he's experienced. As he re-enters their lives, strange and terrifying events begin to unfold. Sam's behavior becomes increasingly erratic, and he displays bizarre powers that unsettle those around him. The film takes a dark turn as Sam's return becomes a catalyst for chaos. He brings with him an alien presence that disrupts the family dynamic and leads to horrifying consequences. The tension builds as we witness Sam's transformation and the impact it has on Tony and his mother, who struggles to understand what has happened to her husband. Xtro is known for its surreal visuals and shocking practical effects, which contribute to its unsettling atmosphere. The film explores themes of identity, loss, and the uncanny as it blurs the lines between human and alien. The unsettling imagery, including scenes of body horror and bizarre transformations, creates a lasting impact that lingers long after the credits roll. With a runtime of just 85 minutes, Xtro packs a punch with its bizarre narrative and unexpected twists. It's a wild ride that challenges viewers to confront their fears and question the nature of humanity. This film is a hidden gem for fans of offbeat horror looking for something truly unique, and it stands out in the genre for its audacious storytelling and imaginative concepts. Whether you're revisiting it or discovering it for the first time, Xtro promises a thrilling experience that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Trancers, 1984. Trancers is a sci-fi action film directed by Charles Band, released in 1984. The film combines elements of time travel, noir, and horror, creating a unique narrative that has garnered a cult following. Set in a dystopian future, the story follows Jack Deth, played by Tim Thomerson, a hard-boiled cop tasked with eliminating a new breed of criminals known as Trancers. The film begins with Jack Deth being sent back in time to the year 1985 to stop the nefarious plan of a sinister criminal named Whistler, portrayed by Michael Stefani. Whistler has the ability to turn people into zombie-like creatures called Trancers, who do his bidding. To combat this threat, Jack must inhabit the body of his ancestor, allowing him to blend into the past while pursuing his target. As Jack navigates the challenges of the 1980s, he encounters a vibrant cast of characters, including a tough-as-nails bartender named Lena, played by Helen Hunt. Their chemistry adds depth to the story as they work together to thwart Whistler's plans. The film effectively mixes action, humor, and science fiction, creating an engaging experience for viewers. The production design reflects the gritty aesthetics of both the future and the past, while the special effects, typical of low-budget films of the era, contribute to its charm. With a runtime of 78 minutes, Trancers packs a lot of excitement into its brief duration, offering a fast-paced narrative that keeps audiences entertained. Trancers explores themes of identity, morality, and the consequences of one's actions across time. Deth embodies the classic noir hero, tough, cynical, yet ultimately driven by a sense of justice. As you watch Trancers, expect a wild ride filled with action, humor, and a bit of existential pondering, all set against the backdrop of a uniquely crafted sci-fi world. Time Bandits, 1981. Time Bandits is a whimsical fantasy sci-fi film directed by Gilliam, released in 1981. This imaginative adventure follows an 11-year-old boy named Kevin, played by Craig Warnock, who dreams of escaping his mundane life. His wish comes true when he stumbles upon a group of time-traveling dwarves who are on a quest to steal treasures from various historical figures. The film begins with Kevin discovering the dwarves, who have escaped from the supreme being portrayed by Ralph Richardson. They take him on a wild journey through time and space, encountering famous characters such as Napoleon, played by Ian Holm, and Robin Hood, portrayed by John Cleese. Each destination is filled with humor, creativity, and surreal visuals, showcasing Gilliam's signature style. As the group travels through different eras, they face challenges and adversaries, including the menacing evil genius, played by David Warner. The film cleverly explores themes of greed, morality, and the absurdities of history, all while maintaining a lighthearted tone. The dwarves' antics and Kevin's innocent perspective provide a delightful contrast to the darker elements of the story. The production design is visually stunning, featuring imaginative sets and costumes that bring the fantastical world to life. The blend of practical effects and creative storytelling creates a unique viewing experience that resonates with audiences of all ages. With a runtime of 110 minutes, Time Bandits is both entertaining and thought-provoking. It encourages viewers to reflect on the nature of time, adventure, and the consequences of one's choices. The film invites audiences to embrace their imagination and consider the possibilities that lie beyond the ordinary. As you watch Time Bandits, prepare for a journey that is as humorous as it is profound, filled with memorable characters and a story that will leave you contemplating the true meaning of adventure. The Quiet Earth, 1985. The Quiet Earth is a haunting sci-fi film directed by Jeff Murphy, released in 1985. The story centers around Zach Hobson, a scientist who awakens to find himself inexplicably alone in a world devoid of human life. As Zach navigates through the empty streets of New Zealand, he grapples with the eerie silence and the psychological toll of isolation. The film effectively explores the existential dread that accompanies being the last person on Earth. It raises profound questions. What would you do if you were truly alone? How would you cope with the freedom and loneliness? Zach's desperate search for other survivors eventually leads him to two individuals, Joanne and Appy. Each character brings their own agenda and secrets, complicating the dynamics of their fragile relationships. As they attempt to understand their new reality, tensions rise, and the film delves into themes of trust, survival, and the darker aspects of human nature. Visually, The Quiet Earth is striking, with stunning cinematography that captures the desolate beauty of its New Zealand setting. The atmosphere is thick with suspense, expertly building tension as Zach's mental state deteriorates. The film deftly balances moments of introspection with sudden bursts of action, making for an engaging narrative. The film's climax leads to a thought-provoking and ambiguous conclusion that lingers long after the credits roll. It challenges viewers to reflect on the nature of existence and the human condition, making it a standout piece of cinema. With a runtime of 91 minutes, The Quiet Earth is a unique gem that deserves recognition. It has garnered a dedicated following over the years for its originality and depth, often being hailed as one of the first significant sci-fi films produced in New Zealand. As you immerse yourself in this atmospheric journey, you may find yourself contemplating the fragility of society and the essence of what it means to be human. The Quiet Earth is not just a film about survival, it's a meditation on isolation and the complexities of human relationships. Enemy Mine, 1985. Enemy Mine is a thought-provoking sci-fi film directed by Wolfgang Petersen, released in 1985. Set in a distant future, the story follows fighter pilot Willis Davidge, played by Dennis Quaid, who is engaged in a brutal war against an alien race known as the Dracs, represented by Louis Gossett Jr. as the Drac named Jerry. The film begins with David crashing on a remote hostile planet after a dogfight with Jerry. Initially, the two enemies are filled with hatred and mistrust. However, they soon realize that their survival depends on their ability to work together. This unlikely alliance transforms into a deep friendship as they face various challenges, including the harsh environment and threats from other hostile forces. At its core, Enemy Mine explores themes of forgiveness, understanding, and the futility of prejudice. As David and Jerry confront their biases, the film serves as a powerful metaphor for overcoming hatred and embracing diversity. Their journey highlights the importance of empathy and cooperation, making it resonate on multiple levels. The film's production design, created by Rolf Zehetbauer, effectively transports viewers to an alien world, while Maurice Jarre's score adds emotional depth to the narrative. The performances by Quaid and Gossett are stellar, showcasing their chemistry and ability to convey complex emotions through their evolving relationship. Despite facing challenges at the box office, Enemy Mine has gained a cult following and is often regarded as an underrated classic in the sci-fi genre. With a runtime of 108 minutes, it combines action, drama, and humor, offering both thrilling sequences and heartfelt moments. As you watch Enemy Mine, you'll be drawn into a story that challenges you to reflect on your own perceptions and biases, ultimately reminding us that understanding and friendship can emerge from even the most unlikely circumstances. And there you have it. 10 slices of analog insanity from the golden age of sci-fi oddities. Some were brilliant, some were baffling, and some probably violated at least 3 laws of physics and one of good taste. But hey, that's the magic of the 80s. If your brain feels a little fried and your sense of reality slightly warped, then mission accomplished. Don't forget to hit that like button like it owes you rental fees. Subscribe for more deep dives into the weird and wired, and drop a comment with your favorite VHS-era sci-fi fever dream. Till next time, keep it strange, keep it scanned, and remember, the future was always better on tape.